This is going to be a demonstration video for the Roper HE style washer. I tried to get it right at the end of the fill cycle because there's no way to cycle bump this. Model number is RTW4640YQ1. Serial number ends in 6340. So right now it's halted because I don't have the safety bypass yet, but I just wanted to give you a quick 360 degree angle before I start the review video. Hopefully, and I say this I think in all my videos, this one isn't a real long one. These are hard to shoot though. Yeah, this is a one that has, I mean, you can see Roper, Admiral, Whirlpool. There's a whole bunch of them that carry this name that look exactly like this. They got load size on the left, wash temp in the middle, and then the main control button, and more importantly, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LEDs that are down here with that gray rubber start button. That means they're all the same. So the review part of this, well, let's get to the function part of this first. Oh, if I had it in right. There we go. Now it should hopefully continue. There we go. Agitation works just fine. Now I've already washed these clothes. I always like to run these 3 times to make sure that everything's good. Real quick, on the review part of this video, I gotta say this. For a machine that you can buy new relatively inexpensively, of course on the used market you can buy them very affordably, they're good. I mean, they spin off real good. The motor is, I believe the motor is direct drive. It might have a belt on it, but if it does, it's like a tooth belt. It really is pretty efficient. However, for that long interlude, if you don't have this machine leveled off perfectly, this thing gets a little crazy. So even like where I always do my demonstration videos where I have it sitting on 1, 2, and there's another one back there, 3 levels of concrete, it's not ideal for this washer. I don't have any shims or anything underneath this, but what I do is I have this leg right here pushed all the way out to make it level, because if not, this thing sounds a little bit scary, and even in this environment it's still not perfect. So again, I wanted to show, obviously the machine filled, it's full of water and it's agitating right now. What we want to do is we want to go to a spin and drain cycle so you can see the machine work hard. Hopefully I can get there quick without pausing. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Let's see. Well, there's the pump. So you can see the water's going, and it is attached to this machine. Water's coming out nice and clear. Means that the pump in the lower unit is not inundated with garbage. And as you can see, the water level is dropping if you watch the dots. So the pump is working well. And as you can see now, as the water is draining off, I have a pretty substantial heavy load in here. I've got a winter blanket, a king size sheet, a beach towel, a regular towel, and then some clothes. So this is more than I would even normally wash on my own. So what I'm going to do, so I don't have to run this thing on forever, is I am going to pause the video to let it get to the spin part of it so we can see it spinning off and conclude the video. For some reason it ends here due to a phone call or anything else, I will do a part 2 video, but hopefully I can get it in one shot. So we'll be back as soon as she starts spinning. Okay, so hopefully we have the bill fit here. The pump is finished draining off all of the water. As you can hear, it just stopped. And here we go. Now keep in mind, this is going to look a little crazy until this thing centers. This is something you're not ever really supposed to see because of the safety latch. So the variable speed motor is detecting the load balance. There's actually a sensor for that. And what it's going to do is it's speeding up and slowing down the spin cycle using centrifugal force to balance the machine. So it will pick up speed in a minute, and we will get to top speed. But as you can see right now, it is starting to center the load. It's getting further away from the agitator and getting more on the wall like one of those carnival rides. So I'm going to pause till we get up to high speed, and then make another 15 to 30 second add-on to this with the high-speed spin. So thank you for your patience, and I'll be right back. Now, just to be perfectly honest and forthcoming, All loads are unbalanced after agitation. This basket, if it's not showing on the video, it is moving around inside the cabinet pretty darn good. But as you can see, it balanced out. The blanket and stuff are really high on the wall. So that does conclude the demonstration video of this part, where the fill, the agitate, the drain, and the spin all work. Again, in a worst case scenario where it's a really heavy load and it's on unbalanced concrete. As far as the review part of it, I'm going to take less than 30 seconds on this. 3 stars out of 5. I'm not going to lie about it, and I know I'm selling this exact machine. But these things basically operate on a principle, if you can see that rod, where it has basically a suspension type of shock system. That's all fine, well, and good. Actually, I acquired this machine due to the shocks being bad. They're real affordable on eBay. They're relatively simple to replace. So if you're is mechanically inclined to where you can change the oil on your own vehicle, you can change out the shocks on this washing machine. It's literally, I think there's only like a 1/4 inch driver required, nut driver, and then you have full access. There's a really helpful video on this on YouTube that will allow you to look at it. So sorry I rambled on, but 3 out of 5 stars. I've come across better machines that aren't maybe as technologically advanced as this one. For example, the Kenmore 70 series washing machine they've been making since the early 90s and with very little variation. That machine is, no digital controls or anything like that. It's all analog, but they last forever and they don't require a lot of specifications like for balance. If it's a little off, it's fine. See, this one's moving around pretty good. It's supposed to, but it just, as those shocks start wearing out, it's just one of those things that you don't want to really mess with over a long time. But as it sits right now, it's got new shocks on it, so this washing machine's good for probably 3 to 5 years, depending on use, frequency, and load. It should last you. Sorry for the 7-minute and 30-second video. I know a lot of people hate the rambling on, but I like to be thorough. So I'm going to conclude the video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. Or if you have any comments, do so, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.